Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Snehal. Today I'm going to show you how this app called Autodesk Sketchbook works. I discovered this app a few days back and it's absolutely amazing. If you're someone who is looking for digital artwork and if you're a beginner or even for professional work, you can use this app. So when you open this will be the look of the app. This is the free version which I'm using right now. You can also go for premium version where you can get more tools and more options for editing. Before we go ahead, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be posting more videos on this and I would like you to stay tuned. On the left hand side, these are the tools. If we go down, there are many other tools as well. And if we go on this option, brush library, there are various like multiple tools, texture essentials, synthetic paints, traditionals, and these are for textures. These are very nice. And this is for the shape, and there's this option for glow and smudge and many other. There is a layer editor. So basically there are different layers which we will be creating. So if we click on the plus sign, a new layer would be added and we'll be drawing on that layer, which I'm going to explain later. This is the color editor. And if we go down on this box, there are other options as well, or you can just select from here and you can just select your colors. This option on the left hand side corner is for minimizing it. So if you want different toolboxes on your screen, this option would be the one. This is a pen mode. So if you have a laptop with a stylus or a pen, you can just click on this mode. So one of my favorite tools from this toolbox is this inking pen. You can use this for any basic drawing or outlining. And my other favorite tool from the above tools section would be this stroke stabilizer. So what it basically does is it will stabilize your stroke and it will make it more smooth. Right now we haven't selected the stroke stabilizer and I'm just going to show you, for example, if I'm making this semicircle kind of thing, it will be a bit messy, but if we select the stroke stabilizer and now if I'm making the same semicircle, the line has become very smooth. I'm going to select another layer. So over here we can see that there are two different layers. So if we long press on any of the layers, there will be multiple options. We can delete it, we can rename the layer, we can merge all the layer, we can merge two layers, we can lock the layer, we can hide the layer, and then we can duplicate the layer. So right now I will be keeping it as it is, and you can just move your layer up or down by just long pressing it and moving it up or down. So right now I don't want this below layer to be seen, so I'll just hide the layer so you can just see the second layer right now. So if you go in the shape tool, I'm just going to show you how to make a ball right now. I have selected the circle and from the toolbox I've selected the pen. I'm just going to adjust the size. So we have made a circle over here and now I will be adding a new layer to fill the color inside. We will be selecting a brush tool over here. This is a paint brush, and then we will select a color. Now we will be filling the color. We will just outline the ball. So now as you can see, the outline is hiding over here. If we, in the layers option, if we select the outline layer and put it above the color layer, it will be on the top and hence it will not be hidden. If you see on the top, there's this option of filling the color. If we select that and if we click on the ball, it will be filled. We can just double click to make sure that there's no space left. And now there are these, if you see the messy color which is come outside, we can just select the eraser tool and we can erase it all. So right now this is a flat plain painting. If you want to show shadow and light in this object, we will be going ahead to this one. So suppose if the light is coming from this side, so we have to start from the darker shade. So we'll just select the airbrush tool. If we go on the color editor, color picker option, you can just pick any color you want, and we will be picking a little bit darker shade. First of all, we'll be creating another layer, and you can adjust the size. So right now we are just shading in a bit darker tone and a little bit more dark. So as now you can see the there are actually four different shades of the ball, and if we want to smudge them properly, this is one of my favorite smudge tools. This is Smudge Soft Round Brush 2, and here also we can adjust the size, flow and strength, and we will just try to smudge all the colors together. Okay, so I think we are done with the darker shade, and moving ahead to the lighter shade, we'll just pick the color once again of the original ball and choose a little bit lighter shade so that we can show the light part. And choosing the airbrush again, we'll be repeating the same thing. And once again a bit lighter shade. And once again the smudging tool. And now we will be using a brush tool to show a little bit of more light part. And we will again smudge it. Now we are going to erase the color that has come outside. So just keep in mind that whichever layer you have selected, only that layer would get erased. There you go. So if you feel the outline of the ball is a bit darker or a bit more visible, and if you don't want it to be that dark, you can just select the layer first. If you go in the toolbox, there's this option of blurring it. You can select it, and according to the size and strength, you can just blur the layer. Or if you feel it is making it a little bit messy, you can just select the layer. This strip over here is for opacity. If you move it downwards, the opacity will decrease, but I personally would prefer the blur tool. So I'm just going to blur it. So now if you want to show the shadow of the ball, since the light is coming from this side, the shadow would be somewhere here. We'll just select the airbrush and again selecting the circle option and adjusting the size. We will be drawing a circle over here, and deselecting the shape option, we will fill the circle like that, and we can again use the smudge option and smudge it properly. Now there's one transform option over here above. In this option there are different things you can do. You can just select it and change the shape of it, which we will be using right now. There's an option to move it from anywhere. There's an option to switch the sides up and down, and to move it all over your page. So right now we will deselect the distort option. We will just be on the transform option and we'll place it over here, and selecting the distort option again, we will move the shadow like that. We will erase the remaining part which is gone inside the ball. Now I don't want this layer to be there because it is useless. So I'll just long press on it and delete the layer. I feel the outline of the ball is still a bit darker, so I'll just click on the layer and lower the opacity. That feels right. So apart from these tools, if you want to use other tools such as a scale tool, if you want, suppose if you want to draw a straight line, you can use the inking pen and draw a straight line and then deselect the scale option and there is a straight line for you. There's another scale which you can adjust if you want to draw a proper circle or a curve. You can select the brush option if you want and you can just draw over it. Another option in the scale is the circle. If you can just adjust the circle by increasing the circumference or decreasing it and just draw it. There you are. The option next to the scale option is the perspective guidance. This is mostly for the people who are into architecture or interior designing. If you select it, you will get these linings and you can just draw perspective lines. So next is symmetry. If you click on it, there are three different options: vertical, horizontal, and one is the cross one. This tool is useful if you want to draw symmetrical designs on both the sides of your page. So suppose I'm selecting the vertical option and if I want to draw a heart. So if you draw on one side, it will be drawn on the other side, and same goes with vertical as well. And if you select the radial symmetry, it will be drawn on 6 different parts of your pages. Suppose we are drawing in one part, it is drawn on all the other 6 parts. Some more options from the left side toolbars are this eraser. This is a soft eraser. If you want to erase a part and don't want it to be completely erased, you can use this. So I'll just quickly take you to the brush library and show you other brush options which we have. If we go to the texture part, this is a charcoal option and you can increase the size, and this is how it would look. If you want to give a background to an image or whatever you have created, these tools are amazing. And one of my favorites is the sparkle one. If you are making an illustration and if there are jewelry or a shining part, you can use this one. Right now, if we click on the sparkle option, since the background is white, I'm going to use a black color to show the effect to you. And if we increase the size, it's actually like this. So on the ball, if you want to show a bit more shine, you can just select a white color and adjust the size. There you go. Again, in the brush library, if you want to show a color splatter, you can either just click or make a whole line or shape out of it. Now in the glow option, if you want to show a glow on our ball, suppose there's a sunlight coming from this side, suppose this is the sun, we will just first of all, very important thing, select a new layer and show a glow over here. And again, we can go back and select the sparkle tool. We can just show a little bit of sparkle. So these were some of the basic tools. If you liked it, please subscribe because I will be posting more videos like this, and do let me know what you feel in the comments. Love you all. Bye bye.